Hi beautiful human, thank you so much for joining me on my channel She Thrifts. I hope that you will come and become a part of my family, my YouTube family. Here I talk about all things shopping, but also all things saving money. So basically all things thrift. If you are a thrifter or a reseller that loves to save money, then this is the channel for you. Also, if you are a reseller, make sure you pick up my book, The Art of Reselling. And it has a lot of great information in it for you. Today I want to talk to you about how I measure my clothes for reselling. I've been a reseller on Poshmark and eBay for about 3 years now, and I really love it. It brings in a really good part-time income for me. I don't do it full-time. I don't have a desire to do it full-time. People do make a full-time living off of it, so that's always an option for you if that's something you would choose to do. Today though, I want to talk to you about how I measure my clothes. So let's get started. I'm going to bring you guys down to the ground with me because I'm going to measure them on the ground. So come on, let's go. Okay. Okay, so we're on the ground and I'm just going to show you guys how to measure everything really quickly. That's my dog, so don't mind him. The first thing I have is a shirt. So the way that I measure my shirts, I will lay them flat and stretch them out as much as possible. And I'll do it on the front. This is the back of it. And I will stretch them out as much as possible and make sure they're as flat as possible. Usually they're not walking around, so, and usually I'm doing it on a surface, a table. And what I'll do for the shirt is to go to the very top of the shirt to the bottom. So this would be 25 inches. And that is what's called the full length, 25 inches. Then I would do underarm to underarm. And it's 19 inches across. So I would double that to make way for the back of the shirt as well. So just to include the back of the shirt, because you're going to wrap it around. Some people actually wrap it all the way around and get that measurement, but I just double it, so it would be 38 inches. For shirts, I also do the waist. So the waist is narrow, the narrowest part of the shirt. This shirt, it's straight down, so it doesn't really have a narrow part, so I'll just kind of guesstimate. And usually the waist is a bit smaller unless it tapers out kind of like this shirt does, so it's going to be larger. So it's 21 because it stops right here, so 21. So it's 42 because again you're going to want to include the back of the measurement as well, like I said, unless you wrap it around. And that's it for shirts, pretty much is what I do. Some people will do the back of the shirt, the shoulders, but I don't for shirts. And I always make sure when I'm measuring that I tell people that the clothes are laid flat, they're stretched out, and that the measurements are estimates. So this is a little dress that I'm going to list, and it's really cute. I had it in one of my other videos to keep, but I think I'm going to list it because I'm super tall and it's short on me, so it's kind of like a shirt again. So again, I'll do the same thing basically, all the way from the top to the bottom, and it's 33 inches. I'll make sure that it's as even as possible and go from underarm to underarm. So 19, so 38. Again, this is a tent dress, so it goes out, so it's kind of A-line, and so the waist is going to be bigger instead of smaller, so it's 22 inches, so I would say 44 inches. And then since it's a dress, it has hips, so I would do the hips, and usually the hips are the widest part of the dress, but when it's a tent dress, again, it's all going to go out like an A, so it's an A-line. But the hips, I would say about 48, so they're 24 right here, and I would double it to 48. Hopefully you guys can see this, they're kind of, since they're pants, they're long, so let me do that. So hopefully you can get the whole thing in there. Okay, so for pants, what I'll do is, first I'll do what's called the inseam. So remember, the inseam is always going to be on the inside. and then the out seam is going to be on the outside. So the out seam is the full length, but I'll always include the inseam. So the inseam goes from the crotch area all the way down to the bottom of the pants, and it's 31, which is normal for pants. I always include measurements when I'm doing pants, because as a tall girl I realize how important they are. Some people don't include them, and I'll have to always ask, like, are these pants tall girl friendly? Because so it's easier to take pants in than it is to take them out, so a lot of times. And then what I'll do is I'll put the out seam. So the out seam is just going to be the same measurement, but at the back, at the side. So the outer, so 42. Another way that you can do this, if you wanted to, is to fold the pants like this and do it that way. So for some people it may be easier to do it this way and just go from the crotch down, and you'll get the same measurements basically. And then this side all the way down, same thing. Then for pants, what you want to do is the waist. So you want to get the waist. So the waist is just going to be the top of the pants, and it's about 15.5. Well, about 15, so it's 15. So again, I would double that because you have two sides to your waist, so it's 30. Then what I'll do is the hips. And with the hips, usually what I'll do, like I said, the hips is going to be the widest part of anything that you're going to measure basically a lot of times. But I'll start at the bottom of the zipper and just go all the way down. So 19. So I would double that again. Also, what I'll do is the rise. And basically the rise is the part that zips up. If you think about it, just keep that in mind. So button and zipper. So do it all the way down, and then I would do it all the way down to the crotch again. So, and what I'll also do is say how long the zipper is. So if I say the rise is 10, then I would say the zipper is 7 inches. So I'll put that on there too sometimes. Also, what I'll do for pants, I know it's a lot of measurements, but you don't have to do all these. Normally people just expect the waist, the hips, and the length, but I'll do all of them because I like to know when I order pants for myself. And what I'll do is the opening of the pants. So it's 13 inches. I never double that. I'll just say 13 inches because you don't have to. But it's good to know like how the pants are gonna fit, and that's how the measurements help with the pants. So that's what I'll do for pants. So for jackets, I'll do the same thing for length. I'll start from the top. I usually don't include the collar because that's going to be down anyway, but I'll start from the top where the collar meets the rest of the jacket and go all the way down. So it'll be 22 inches. And then I would do, it's similar to how you would do shirts. So I would do underarm all the way across, 17, double that, and then I would do waist. And I make sure to close it because you want them to be as close. So if this had a zipper or a button, I would button it when I was measuring, so it will be as fitted as possible. So this probably would be like that, and then I would measure the waist. So the waist comes to 16. Like I said, the waist, your clothes are always going to be hourglass shape usually, unless they're A-line, and so the waist is going to be the smallest part. For this jacket, I wouldn't do a hip because it doesn't have one, so it's not necessary, so I wouldn't do that. But what I would do for jackets and coats, is what I do, is the shoulder, because that's important too when you're trying to figure out what it's going to fit like. So I would take from where the seam, where the sleeve meets the rest of the jacket, over to the other one. So it's about 15. So I would say 15 inches for that. And an easy way to measure too, if you don't want to do it on the other side, you can measure the weights on this side as well. So you can do that. Okay, that is that. If you guys have any further questions about measuring or anything reseller related, let me know. I'll be glad to help you if I have the information. I'm just really getting started into sewing for myself and sewing my own clothes. So if I can answer anything about that, let me know. I don't know much about it yet. So if you have questions about reselling, that I can help you with. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you'll subscribe and like. Bye.
That's good.